today's flight, we'll be taking this Boeing 777-200ER across the Pacific from Honolulu to Seoul, Korea. Flight time is 9 hours and 50 minutes. We're going to be taking 294 passengers and 150,000 pounds of fuel. This is going to be my first flight in Sim Update 2. Last video I was having a lot of performance issues with this aircraft and just surrounding airports, so hopefully the performance is a lot better today. I'm going to be running traffic as well as Reshade, so this is going to be a true test of whether or not performance is improved. As you guys can see, we have our APU running. We're getting our cargo and passengers loaded up currently. We just have to hop in the flight deck and do our pre-flight for our FMC. Weather here in Honolulu isn't too bad. We got some scattered clouds. Over the Pacific, it shouldn't be too bad either. To Seoul, we should have a couple clouds here and there as well. I don't know if you guys remember my most popular short where I recorded the Southwest 737 MAX taxiing super fast out here in Honolulu. That's when I saw this aircraft parked at this gate. And I was pretty interested to see what this route would be like in Sim. So finally getting to fly it now with the 777 being out. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump in the flight deck and get ready for our flight to Seoul, Korea. Alright, welcome up into the flight deck, guys. We're going to go up to the overhead and go through our flows. Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen is tested 100%. Flight instruments are good. Parking brake is set and fuel control switches are cut off. Pre-flight checklist completed. We'll go ahead and get our flight plan loaded up here into the EFB. Alright, we have our uplink. We're going to be taking 8 right today. For our departure, we're doing 8 right and the Keola 3. Puppy transition into Seoul. We're going to be taking 16 right with the gut to a hotel. Probably have a discontinuity for our approach, but we'll clear that up once we are closer to our top of descent. Let's go to perf. Accept those values, drop our 0 fuel weights, and we'll go ahead and do our takeoff performance. 8 right, import weather, calculate, and we have flaps 5. We're going to do takeoff 1, cell temp of 49 degrees Celsius, trim is going to be 6.5, V1 151, VR 154, and V2 156 with a weight of 528,000 pounds. 49 in there. Sorry, set the takeoff. D rates. Flaps 5. CG. 528.8 on the weight. V1 152, VR 154, and V2 156. Alright, for a quick departure briefing. For our departure on 8 rights, we have to make a sharper right hand turn as soon as we take off. And then we'll make a right toward Keola and continue on to Puppy. So I said 14,000 feet initially. Alright, there's our weather. Altimeter 3001. We're almost done with the boarding here. Go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. For our taxi today, we are going to push back facing the west on Zulu. We'll take Alpha, continue on down to Juliet, cross runway 8 left, continue Juliet, and then go full length 8 right. Before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked. Passenger signs are on. MCP, we have 170 for our speed, 170 for our heading, and an altitude of 14,000 feet. Takeoff speeds, V1, we have 152, VR 154, and V2 156. CDU pre-flight is completed, trim is set to 6.25, taxi and takeoff briefing completed, and our beacon light is on. Before start checklist complete. Alright, everything is good, we can call for our tug. Jetway is getting disconnected.
Release parking brakes, please. It's commencing push. It's all engines clear, start at will.
Alright, we're beyond the start line here. Start up engine number 2.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Starting engine 1. We have 2 good starts. APU off. Ups 5. Before taxi checklist, anti-ice is auto, recall is checked, flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. Our bypass pin. Ground equipment is now clear before taxi checklist completes. Our taxi light. We'll get our parking brake off. Spoiler up. Cabin is ready. And the water just looks so blue out here. It's actually what it looks like in real life too. Before takeoff checklist, flaps are 5. Before takeoff checklist completed. Alright, we are ready for takeoff. Runway is clear. For takeoff. Just add a little bit of power. Thrust ref. set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. Hold.
V1.
Rotate. How's the rate? You're up. No nav. Fly the heading. There we go, autopilot. Flaps up. Right to Keola. What a beautiful departure out of Honolulu. After takeoff checklist, landing gears up, flaps are up. After takeoff checklist complete. And we're just climbing up to Keola now. Very straightforward departure from now on. Get our landing lights off, seatbelts to auto. Thousand feet, standard pressure. Alright guys, there's our top of climb. We have around 9 hours left in our flight, and I will jump back in the cockpit when we're getting ready to prepare for our top descent. Alright guys, we're about 400 or so miles out from destination here. I'm looking at our approach, and there's a lot of unnecessary turns. I'm sure this is for sequencing when there's a lot of traffic, but I think you can just go ahead and go direct from Gulf Hotel 34 to Delta Hotel 23. And I believe we got that all sorted out. We're going to continue along here. Make a turn toward Seoul. Here's our top descent. Slowly descend down. We got that shortcut now. Be downwind of the airport. And then we'll turn for that final approach onto 16 right. Alright guys, we're approaching our top of descent. It's at 12,000 feet initially. Do auto brake 2 and approach. We're going to do flaps 30, 130 on the speed with the AV ref of 145. And I'll go ahead and grab our minimums for our approach onto 16 right. Alright, we got 460 on the minimums. We'll grab the current weather for Seoul. Alright, we're now descending into Seoul. Says we need a little bit of drag. Get our seatbelts back on. Recall checked, no notes. Auto brake is 2. Landing data, we have flaps 30, 130. Approach briefing is completed. So check this one. Approach checklist, altimeters are 1011. Approach checklist completed. Descend down to 5,000 feet. Some speed brake. There's the airport. We need to be below 2,000 here at the turn. Flaps 1. Flaps 5. Flaps 15. Gear down early. There's our runway. We're going to slope to our final approach speed. My aircraft. Looks like the winds did shift a little bit. Flight director's off. This is pretty bad tailwind here. checklist, speed brake is armed, landing gear is down, flaps are 30, landing checklist complete. 1,000 feet, approach altitude set. Throttles.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
$200. $100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
We're down. Course normal. Accelerating. Stowed. Welcome to Incheon. Yeah, definitely should have landed on the opposite ends of the runway there. We had a bad tailwind, but we got it down. Get our spoilers up, flaps up, auto brake off, and we'll set this clock. Starting APU, and we'll hold short for this aircraft taking off. And we're good to cross. Our gate.
Attention students, this is the final call for Korean exam 11121.
APU is running, shutting down engines 1 and 2. I hope you guys really enjoyed that flight from Honolulu over to Seoul, Incheon. We blocked in at 9 hours and 50 minutes gate to gate and around 9 hours and 30 minutes in the air. I think my performance for this video was a lot better. I was able to use AI traffic, get some reshade going. I did adjust my reshade settings so that I could get a better DOF effect. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Leave some different routes that I can fly down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. And without further ado, I'll catch you guys on the next video.
お客様が指定された座席に着席 案いただき、シートベルトを